Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us is the Tecsun DR-920C, and I perform an evening medium wave band scan. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is, the Tecsun DR-920C. You can get these off of Amazon for a total of $25.99. I'll have links below. Really cool radio. You might want to pick one up. $25.99 is a little bit of a premium price, but it's a cool pocket radio and it offers quite a bit to a person just getting into shortwave or as a great backup radio. So let's look at some features. Alright, go left hand side, we've got the carry strap, the volume control, headphone jack, DC input 3 volts, note polarity is opposite than normal. Going to the front of the radio, it says Tecsun in silver here. We have a 2-inch speaker that sounds very good for sports and news and talk radio. Over here we have the LCD display, which is shows our clock, which is nice, which is 11:21 Central Standard Time under Chicago, Illinois, USA for our band scan. Plus it's a frequency counter. A frequency counter just pretty much tells you where you're at on your analog dial. There's actually a dial string in here, and it's a full analog circuit. So when you're tuning this, it's completely analog and very smooth sounding as you transition through the band. Really nice. You have your buttons here. Alarm on and off, alarm set, time set, of course hour, minute, self-explanatory. We even have a light. So if you're in the dark, you can see where you're at time-wise and frequency-wise. There you go. It's kind of a low-level light, but that's all you need when it's dark. And then we have a sleep function, which attaches to the switch there, as you can see, has a little arrow. And then down here we have our band select switch. We have FM, medium wave, and then going over here, going to shortwave, you have 1 all the way to 10. So they divided the shortwave band into 10 segments. So we're going to put it right back onto medium wave. There we go. Now the sister radio to this is the R9012. If you can find that radio, that's a nice radio as well. It doesn't have the frequency counter. It doesn't have an alarm clock or a clock. It just has a standard dial. If you're looking for something like that. I don't know if they still make them. If they do, I'll have links to that radio as well. Again, another perfect starter radio. Usually makes my top 10 lists when I used to make those. I didn't make them recently because of inflation. Prices of things have gone up. So it's hard to find good radios under 20 bucks. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to make one. Again, going to the right hand side, we have the tuning knob. Again, that power switch. Nice. Top of the radio, we have our antenna, which swivels almost 360. You can see it's got a little notch here, and it recesses the top, and it's 22 inches in length. This is great for shortwave listening. FM is okay. It's good for strong stations. Here we have a kick-out stand, which is pretty handy. And on the back, you can see how they have the band coverage. FM is actually expanded on this radio, 76 to 108. Medium wave, it says 525 to 1610. I was doing a daytime band scan, and it went all the way up to 1690. Very nice. Over here we have shortwave. It's saying 3.9 to 21.85, but it's not continuous since they did structure it into bands, as you can see here. The 10 different bands. Yep, there. Okay, and then down below, of course, it's powered by 2 AA batteries behind this door. Just take my word for it. There you go. There's their orientation. All right, let's do a size comparison. All right, I'll bring this up a little bit. And we have, first, always, CC Pocket in the house. Yep, definitely bigger than a CC Pocket. CC Pocket is your AM, FM, NOAA weather alert radio pocket. No antenna, uses your headphones. So, pretty simple. Good little radio, though. And then we have the step up. So if you were getting into the shortwave and you want to spend a little extra money, you want something premium, C-Crane is the way to go. This is the CC Skywave. It's AM, FM, weather, airband, and shortwave. It has a bunch of presets. It has direct entry of frequencies. Just a great radio. This is $25.99. This here is about $94, I want to say, shipped, or $89.99. It moves around in price a little bit. But it gives you an idea. If you want to get into something a little bit more serious for a starter, you can. So there you are. And of course, last but not least, we have a deck of cards in case you don't have those two radios. Standard playing size. Iron Man, he is the man with the master plan. He loves radios from Texan land. He's the Iron Man. Sing it with me. Iron Man. I know you're singing. Iron Man. Yeah, I have fun doing that. You know that, guys. Going crazy down here in my subfloor basement. Cool. We are in a RFI-free environment. There's nothing that should be producing any noise whatsoever, which is great. I use incandescent bulbs, which are kind of hard to come by nowadays, but here we are. So let's go ahead and turn radio on. Power switch here. Volume on this side. So yeah, evening, I told you the time. We're 11:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. Near Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to maybe use this. I have a Terk Advantage passive loop that sometimes helps boost the frequencies if we hear some faint signals. So let's see if we can pick up anything on 530. Not sure if we'll be able to. There's something there. I believe there is. Let me just bring the loop in. Just a hint of it. I don't know if you can hear that through the camera mic. Okay, in that direction, that is CHLO 530 Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles, 250 watts. This way, I was picking up Cuba. Okay, that might be 540. Let's go ahead.
To understand. Look, I mean, yeah, climate change.
No, it's not. So a guy talking there. We go back to 530. Okay, guy talking. So it's 540. We're picked up. Sometimes the loop, the passive loop there, can detune the radio.
Sure, someone is up 50% over the past decade.
So 540, if I aim it this way, you can't pick it up. Those of you who are new to radio, I always like to tell you this. This radio, you don't extend this antenna. This whip antenna is only for FM and shortwave. I have people ask me all the time why I don't extend this antenna. It's an internal antenna. And the internal antenna is a ferrite bar with a coil winding. Let's see if I have an example of that, and I think I do. And it looks like this. So it's a ferrite bar. It's not this big, of course, but something similar with a coil winding, and it sits inside the radio to pick up the longer wavelengths of medium wave. And it's directional, so you have to turn the radio to tune in the stations. You want to aim the top edge or bottom edge of that bar towards the station you're trying to receive. So there you go, a little primer. I have it hooked up to a radio I was having a little fun with. It's always fun to play with radio, experiment. So we'll turn to the north. It tunes in.
Well, for any of our listeners who want more information, where can they get more information?
So it's WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, which is 70 miles away at 400 watts at night.
Absolutely. Go to e2.org to find out more about E2.
It's a good radio. The other night, I was picking up quite a bit. Right now, it's kind of challenging, but it could get better. 2 in the morning, sometimes it's fantastic. That's pretty late.
Anywhere, the threat to justice everywhere. If it would have been a conservative owner of a restaurant.
Here's 560 WIND Chicago. Smooth analog tuning, accurate digital display.
Anyone, and we weren't doing that. We were respectful. That's why I even asked you, did I say something that triggered you? Because I want to be respectful of your space.
Here's 580 WTCM, Traverse City, Michigan. 215 miles away, 1100 watts. We could bring in the loop again, which we will. Perpendicular to the top of the radio, tuning it with the little purple knob. That's about as close as a readable signal I can get. Okay, we'll keep going.
This year will be different. You will have more peace in your finances and in your life. Nearly 2 million people have changed their lives with Financial Peace University. And they'll tell you, you just...
Here's 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 52 miles, 10,000 watts to the north. As you can see, it's bidirectional. It'll work both ways.
/FBU. That's RamseySolutions.com/FBU.
The brand Silicon Milwaukee mattress is different.
Couple stations here. This, again, requires a loop. It's just a tough night. We're just picking up a hint at St. Louis.
Vice President Harris is marking the 50th anniversary of the U.S.
So we're picking up pretty much local stations right now. WMFN, Peatone, Illinois. Black Information Network, as you heard him say. 75 miles away, 1,600 watts.
medication across the country. Republicans in Congress.
Can't outrun the music. 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, one of our further stations now. This is 434 miles to the south.
Because you see, this is almost like if, and I don't know, does Phil Jackson have kids? Yes, he does. Could you imagine if
Here's 670 The Score, WCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
Phil Jackson's daughter? That's like 25 years old. Could you imagine
I can imagine, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, Shara. I can imagine Michael Jordan dating his granddaughter.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it is 30 degrees. Just to watch out for those traveling I-71. They're running now. There will be rolling roadblocks in effect. That's going into effect until 7 a.m.
WLW 700, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Traffic could be stopped incrementally for 30 minutes. We're starting southbound 71 just after the merge from 75. Investigators say the shooting happened on the outskirts of Half Moon Bay. That's a city about 30 miles south of...
Okay, here's 720, WGN, Chicago.
From the WGN Chicago Weather Center, mostly cloudy overnight, a low of 28 for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer, and a high of 36. Right now, 29 at O'Hare, 30 at Midway, 31 at the Lakefront. I'm Steve.
We're just picking up CFZM 740, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Yeah, it's just a tough night. I think it's just a little tougher than most. So I'm going to go to my Skywave here, and I'm going to tune it to 740, just hear if there's a difference. Okay, so the Skywave is a little bit better radio. Let's go ahead and turn this back up. Not too bad. We picked it up. Good.
In-home services where rape, mayhem, and physical assault occur.
Here's 750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles. Okay, so now we're getting some distance.
Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or on your cell phone, dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's law. You won that one. Over the past few years, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected how we live our daily lives. Today, we also face...
Another weak signal here, 760 WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles. Now, last night, I had New York coming in clear as a bell.
Chicago police investigating after 5 men.
Here's 780 WBBM, Chicago. Old time radio, Monday through Friday, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., which is nice.
Saved the men's lives with Narcan, the anti-opioid treatment. The 5 men collapsed at Lawler's.
Warehouse 484 was searched before they found those documents in the garage. So are they shuffling them around place to place to avoid being caught? Did Hunter have all these documents because he was selling it to the Chinese? I mean, you don't just get an $80,000 diamond, loose diamond.
So I believe this is WBAP 820 Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles. Wow.
A Chinese energy company that obviously ultimately is run and owned by the
Here we got Ground Zero on 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, about 300 miles to the southeast.
A man is defined by his actions, not his memory.
A little bit of country music on 850. This is KOA Denver, Colorado, typically. But let's bring in the loop. So music playing. That's kind of cool. Not sure what station that is. Just again, real tough night. Let's see what it sounds like on the Skywave 860. We'll just see. Yeah, it's just a tough night. Okay, cool. But you can expect to pick these stations up, no problem. It sounds just like the Skywave. WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south. Cool.
For them to respond. That way, we have independent proof of what happened and who was involved. Now, what if a person is injured in a motor vehicle accident? It is important to seek medical treatment as soon as possible.
Now, this is coming in clear good. This is WCBS 880, New York, New York, which is 750 miles to the northeast.
In a motor vehicle accident, call a lawyer? Absolutely. If you call us for a free consultation at 1-800-LAW-LINE, we will help determine what your rights are. We will handle all the insurance paperwork.
Give them your technology. She also worked as a trainer and consultant in London for lawyers.
Local, WLS 890, Chicago.
The Communist Party of China or the
High-pitched whine coming from the camera. Sometimes 900 I'll pick up CHML. Haven't lately. Go a little quicker here. Music, WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Nice, coming in the evening. Love it.
We're trying to get them closer and closer to the sites they want to be.
950 should be Detroit. WWJ. 270 miles. East. Mixing frequencies. A lot of that going on tonight.
Prime time NFL game. So 11, 12 years ago. Longer than that?
Yeah,
Buffalo Sabres also have gone just as long as the Jets without a playoff appearance. The owners of the Buffalo Sabres, also the owners of the Buffalo Bills.
Trying to figure out what this is. This KMBZ, Kansas City, Missouri, but the direction's wrong. Okay, keep tuning. Woman's voice. A little bit of 1,000 coming in. But the woman's voice here is CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
Magic Mahomes needing that match for Kansas City, plus a private show by Beyonce. This is ESPN Radio. Whether on your radio, the ESPN app, your smart speaker,
1,000 WMVP, Chicago. What a goal.
It is unclear at this moment who winds up the better player, who winds up having the better.
Let me continue here with our buddy James in New York.
Here's 1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
I'm wonderful, sir.
Good. I'm calling about the situation here in New York City.
Your towel, only to discover that it's thin, scratchy, and non-absorbent? Not so good. And that's why I use MyPillow towels. MyPillow towels are so thick, so...
Wish there wasn't so many commercials. This is actually a distance station, WBZ, 1030 Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
Normally, $99.98. Just go to mypillow.com.
Wait out this commercial and see if there's another one.
Specials and use code CANDIO. This amazing set comes with 2 bathrooms.
Boy, we need a pillow, right?
And 2 washcloths. All made with extremely absorbent USA cotton. And if you don't love them, MyPillow has a 60-day money-back guarantee. Don't throw in the towel. Switch to My Towels.
Oh, My Towels. I thought it was pillows. It's always my something.
616-5754, or go to mypillow.com, code CANDIO.
Today we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 14.
I mean, 13?
Took left on Carroll Street. He's smart, but gets distracted.
You gotta keep going.
Realized he forgot his home.
And he's telling Denzel Washington, look at how things are going around here. Every corporate America's taking over everything. There's no sense of neighborhood anymore. There's no sense of family.
I think it's WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin. 30 miles away. Pretty close. 250 watts.
It's a great speech. If you get a chance, American
life, a better quality of life, and hope. To learn more about the most recent advances in ALS research, the work the ALS
Should be on the local station.
and how you
WYLL. Hope for Your Life, Chicago. That music should be KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles. Man, I was hoping conditions would improve, but to be expected.
describing about the beings and about what was happening to them.
Okay, here's WTAM 1100. I think it's coast to coast recast. Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles to the east.
What we call extraterrestrial beings. But
for the winter months coming up. If your New Year's resolution has anything to do with just improving your home and improving your
It's coming in clear here. KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
We have a 4.9 rating on Google with over 4,300 reviews. Once again, big news.
Got a hint of Bloomberg Radio WBBR.
the room woke me up, and it was sort of flying around.
WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. This one's coming in good. Straight east.
Guy, a little being, like a little gray being.
Little gray being. Uh-oh.
He brought me up out of the pit of destruction, out of the miry clay. Now...
Okay, so when I said I was way off. 1060 when we had 1060 tuned in, that was KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. We're going back to that real quick. Let's go to 1060 since this is pretty easy with digital frequency counter. So yeah, 1060 is KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Dollar selection.
Statue is
On a rock, making my footsteps firm, and I have written.
And 1160s WYL, Hope for Your Life, Christian Radio, Chicago. Yeah, I'll remember where I'm at.
And fear and trust in the Lord.
My normal viewers know, and you can tell by the programming.
His trust. Reminds me a little of the song.
They cheated in a million different ways. They know that the attention span of the American people is shortened to the point where people just don't want to hear all of the minutia and all of the
WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
counting on that impatience and short attention span.
Why?
And that's what I had. I don't know if
Why?
I'm on a hill, and I can see hurricanes and earthquakes and everything. And I go, man, where am I? And it says you're on Earth. And I'm like, this can't be Earth.
Couple stations crossing over. The gentleman talking is 1210 WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
North and south poles shifting. And for some reason, I have a compass in my hand, and when I look, it's like a clock where the north is like.
I'm going to go a little quicker. We call this the graveyard part of the band. A lot of small competing stations. I'm going to go all the way up to 1500.
Medicare prescriptions. This has got to be one of those things where the narrative changes and reality.
Okay, 1470. We're getting a little closer. This is WMBD, Peoria, Illinois. 135 miles, 5,000 watts.
Tech Gates comes on Twitter. Always a pleasure.
That's kind of how I felt, like that it was going to ruin the business, as it were, or at least our style. And I resisted, but at some point,
Usually this is WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee.
the only way to keep the band together, because everybody was.
We're not going to the Super Bowl. That doesn't play ball.
WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Defeated Dak Prescott.
Atención, residentes de Shortwave y sus alrededores. Para beneficio de ustedes, familia, ahora juntos, Supermercado Rosales.
Hispanic station at 1580. Possibly CKDO. I don't know if they do Hispanic. Oshawa, Ontario, 490 miles, 10,000 watts. Here's a directional, will help you. That music is CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. House radio does go to 1690. Traffic advisory radio on 1620, with a little bleed over from 1610. Music on KCJJ, the mighty Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles to the west, 1,000 watts.
They did a good job. She got beat up by 3 people.
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles, 1,000 watts.
I know.
WPRR, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 140 miles with some music.
What you done?
Okay, cool. So let's go down the dial. Like I said, smooth analog, which is nice. Just to see if we can't pick up those stations that we heard before. First, let's go to 880 and see if we can't get an ID.
Can begin as a period of snow during the late morning and midday hours. Snow can accumulate up to an inch in parts of the city and nearby northern and western suburbs. 1 to 3 inches well north and west of the city. 5 today up to 41. More rain continues Wednesday night. Thursday we'll have clouds and limited sun with a high of 45. Brisk and chillier on Friday with sun and some clouds, high 39. Partly sunny Saturday, high 44.
St. James Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center provides
jeez.
unprecedented...
Thought I'd get it that time. CJBC, Toronto. Just double checking some frequencies.
New in Dallas this month, and now officials there say that.
There we go.
You know, at some point you got to be in the dough.
770's coming in now, which is fantastic. WABC, New York, New York.
Because there's no one on planet Earth who do the jack
WGR sounding better.
200 yards away from somebody with a handgun and shooting them.
So yeah, you get an idea. This is everything sounds really good. Zoomer Radio. Toronto. Cool. Alrighty, goes. Yeah, you just wait a little bit and all of a sudden, boom, the stations are booming in. So there's the Tecsun DR-920C in the evening. It was a challenging night, but it did fairly well. As you could tell, some stations were coming in crystal clear and some weren't at distance, but definitely fun. You're going to enjoy this radio. Get one. Use the links below. Also, if you're into Tecsun radios and want to see more, hit subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future videos. And 3, comment below what you think about the DR-920C. Is it worth your $25, or would you rather have something else? Let me know. I personally enjoy this radio with its smooth analog tuning and its quick idea where you're at in the dial with this digital frequency counter, because it's super accurate. Okay, you let me know. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.